Now, Yeba caught Nensema Okan Munde. What Madam Torkornoo today started saying, or started from a year, the venue, na ye can't semono. When she started speaking, she said, venue na ye can't semono, a venue bia, a ye intimidating, a shen so. Let's go listen to Madam Torkornoo. We are
the Edu Lodge facility. The Edu Lodge facility that the hearings are being conducted in featured very prominently in the planning of the murder of judges on June 30th, 1981. And this can be read about in the special investigative report on that terrible event in our nation's history. It will be recalled that there was a Major Samakwa, a military officer who was killed with the 3 High Court justices, who was a director of human resource of Gihok. He was my uncle and my guardian when I entered the University of Ghana in September 1980. I was also living with him at the time he was abducted and murdered. Was Edu Lodge chosen for my inquiry to make me feel insecure? I think so. And I continue to hold the view that there's no reason why a judicial hearing is being conducted behind the high walls of Edu Lodge.
So, my man say, one, I'll say till date, now about 99.9% of Ghanaians, 99.9% of Ghanaians, na yenim bebi a eye sa committee no ene maami we Asia. But what did she do? What she did was she first came out to tell us about where the meeting is happening. What is she trying to do? She's trying to let us know the location. So one, she's exposing the committee members. Mamencho Edu Lodge in this is the building. But you see, in her video, she made it sound like some small bunk be. Another Dan Kweku for the MPP. They renovated it before election 2024. Election no elu omuluzia no mujato. The Edu Lodge na okase. Omo sheda the case ni ko so onko because na ne wo fabi on ne tenaye. Na oye sojeni a ye ku judges bia na oka no na omo pese okai ni wo fani wuo. This is the Edu Lodge. Now ask yourself, why would she start from here? One thing she wanted to do, she wanted to blow the cover of the committee where the committee meets. She wanted Ghanaians to know, say, aha, and if you're a bad person and you hate what is happening, if you hate poor man, if you hate those committee members, this is where you have to come. She was sending a red signal. You and I, do we care about where this hearing is happening or was happening? No. The government did everything possible to keep it away from us. But why do you think this woman will start by exposing where the meeting is happening? Because the Obia or Kasa committee no and anyone involved a very difficult position. She is breaking the security down. What this woman is doing, she's basically calling for help. If you want to attack these people, if you want to come burn the place up, if you want to come shoot, this is the place to come because this is where it is happening. So these are the codes she was sending. Because to bring Edu Lodge into this matter and to tell us to say, that is what you think, that means that is not the fact. Because Obusa question say, it's maybe only the meeting no. I don't know person me kai me ofa yeku no any ade ana and the ebia sa na medwene, meaning she herself, she cannot prove say that is the reason why sa meeting no was put ewa anase ka say omonye no Edu Lodge. What she was doing, she was trying to incite the people who support her, who are hooligans, people who want to attack the committee members, people who want to come there. The person here say She needs people to come there, amass out there, and start demonstrating. That is what she's doing. She's giving them codes. She's telling them, Sanko from a committee, so person who more, Munina Mumbra Edu Lodge, more demonstrate into a Chanopa, you bounce and 2,000 egg a demonstration around a castle. It is because the woman has given the green light. She has exposed every single member of that committee. Because you ask yourself, why would she bring Edu Lodge into this? She's the Chief Justice. She's leading. She's indirectly leading people. She's indirectly giving a signal. On your smarter, and right now as we speak, every committee member, their life is at stake. Menoka say, so people say obo be true, or people say attack any of the committee members are. The only place they are heading is Edu Lodge area. It does not matter the security around. Right now, that place is not safe. That is what Torkornoo was doing. She's inciting her base, telling them the location. And it's not but let's keep it here. Now, now before we move ahead, and I say I want to ask this woman, say, before our Omiti committee, did she take an oath? And if she took an oath, what does the oath tell her? What does it tell her? In fact, did she take an oath before the proceedings? And I am very sure, say, she took oath, or she has been taking oath every single day before the committee sits. Now, what did the oath, or what was the reason for her taking an oath? It was for her to protect the secrecy of the committee hearing. It was for her to protect the secrecy of the committee hearing. When the committee started hearing this woman's case, at a point she went to Supreme Court. Why didn't she do a press conference in public before going to the Supreme Court? But even though she knew that the committee, they had given all her rights, she knew that she has every right to go to court, to allow her legal team to go to court. She knew she was under oath. So what did she do? She did not come out to publicly tell Ghana for say, this is what is happening to me. But what she did is, she knows the law. So she tasked her lawyers or her counsel to go to the Supreme Court. Why do you think if today, Opesoko High Court, why would she do a press conference on TV? What has changed? Because this is the same woman who adhered to the oath na oteki and she knew say the beginning say nkobeye press conference say ya we boom raso. Now suddenly something has changed. She has decided to flout the law. Sa oath no oteki we break it and waba bontra press conference and obeka kire say oko high court. Now say nkopeso oko high court I didn't want to ask my lawyers. It's the first time, no, or smart or more call Supreme Court. No. Why do we need a TV, this jamboree paparazzi thing? There's a reason why she's doing this. There is a reason why Torkornoo today did this. She wants to blow the country up. 3 things not to buy. 1, to present the NDC as a party that kills judges. Secondly, to tell Ghanaians to say, the judge sitting on the case, poor man, any other judges, they are ganging up against her. And 3, she wanted to play the victim. Sympathy card. And until the end, Obeka Chere or TV to say, may go high court. But the first time I go Supreme Court, one TV so I'm a campus, I said, it means she knows the law. She knows what she's doing today is unconstitutional. She knows she's breaking the law. But she presented it in a way where now but analyze ya say or kanokre. What changed for her to come and say, today, dear, I will not send my lawyers, but I am coming to speak. She could have even released a statement, but she didn't do it. So ask yourself, why did she do that? She's playing on the minds of Ghanaians. She's dragging us along. She wants us to be her lawyers. She wants to move the committee's job into the public domain. She wants to politicize the committee's report that is being guided by the Constitution. Because whatever is happening at the committee, she is struggling to answer the questions. Now she's playing rough. So she's now taking the case, she's putting it in the public domain, she's playing politics with it. She knows that is the only way that maybe she can get her MPP people to speak for her. Now, Osaka Sembi, Benya Butrena Miyewe, because Bebesa Ghana 40 the Torkornoo ye and or say if CJ is removed this way, everyone else is at risk. Or say behind me is every judge and every commissioner or head of an independent institutional body in the country. If this model of removal can be tried on the Chief Justice, it can be repeated with everyone. I am not countering these processes for myself, but on account of leadership burden I carry. Or see, the idea mendeno, Sabio, me a Chief Justice, and the AM say, a betuma to judge bia, a betuma to penini bia or die a banya jumanu bia, inti or somebody I say, and young men me kwama me home. Now me catch them say, you bet to be the judge for the question here is this statement you are making, since say Madam Torkornoo case we buy, they are former judges in Ghana. They are former statesmen in Ghana. They are former lawyers in Ghana. She told us today she has been in this business for over 30 years. Why do you think even judges who are not now practicing actively, who are on pension, lawyers who are not practicing now, who see themselves as statesmen, why do you think you have not seen any of them officially come out to defend Torkornoo? Ask yourself why. Have you heard any former Supreme Court judge step out to share their opinion in defending Torkornoo? Have you heard any of them? Nobody. Is it not interesting? Because those people who were there before Torkornoo came, I don't think they are all crazy or they are all NDC. At least somebody will be reasonable enough to say, no, I also know the law. And I also have been in this position before. Why do you think we've not gotten any former Supreme Court judge, even one, to step out to defend Torkornoo? Because they have studied the law and they have seen that there is nowhere in the Constitution that has been breached. From the presidency to the Council of State to this committee, those judges sitting at home, the retired judges, those who are statesmen, they have looked through and they have monitored the process. There's nowhere in this process that the law has been breached. So when she speaks like this, now what she is doing is she is dragging all these people into it. Technically, they are all against me. I don't think the former judges, the former lawyers, majority of the statesmen and all that in Ghana, they will all be against you. They are not defending you because no law has been broken. No law in this country has been broken when it comes to you, this process that you are going through. Torkornoo came out, and what he came to do is to destroy and distract our judiciary and democracy. In the Otis or make a statement where you ask yourself, so why haven't these people you are talking about? You want to tell me, say, every former judge, every former lawyer, every statesman in Ghana, all of them are against you being removed? No, madam. There's a problem with you. They have read through the lines. There is a problem with you, Torkornoo. And you are trying to push the blame on them. Because a retired judge, I say, some way there, I don't even want to comment on it. If they are doing something bad like this to Torkornoo, why wouldn't I speak on it? It is because I'm not analyze the case now. I'm say the BNY process will be a breach imrano. So this woman, whatever she's doing, she's calculating what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And obejina okasa almost 1 hour. When to men stati emraba kwa echere se obi ebu emra no so process nim. This is the Chief Justice of Ghana. She could not quote one law. Or to me, then Sassi Niboka say the president, the committee, whoever is involved in this process, or be a breach Mrano. She could not quote one law, one constitutional law to say, where in Amijina so she could not do it. This is the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Because she knows the process is legit. The process is constitutional. She is forcing a narrative. She is creating a narrative. She is forcing you to believe in her kumewood. She knows what she's doing. She's communicating. She could have released a statement and told her lawyers to go to High Court. And why did she come on TV to do it? Why did she come to open her mouth and do it on camera? Or that conversation, she wants to be in there. She wants to direct the conversation. Now, Hadia, listen to this woman very well.
Anyone who has been to the Circuit Court or the High Court and made subject to the rules CI 47 will know that those rules never conceived that a hearing can be conducted without the claims, the defenses, and the issues being carefully laid out before the parties and accepted by all of them before a hearing starts. Ladies and gentlemen, it is this total absence of compliance with all known rules of fair hearing that has caused my lawyers to file applications for judicial review in the High Court to declare all the proceedings void. Because the clear danger is that through this flagrant violation of CI 47 and the darkness of the current proceedings being held in camera behind the walls of Edu Lodge, my lawyers and I can come to the end of the proceedings. The evidence will show that every one of those allegations in the petitions that were given to me on 27th March is unfounded and untrue. And yet, the committee can dig up some allegation from whatever documents they claim to be having from the president, which they have not shown to me, and purport to enter a recommendation for my removal on that basis. Allow me to say that this is totally unknown in the rule of law in this country. If it was lawful, I would have no reason to alert the nation of the dangers they represent. It is the violations of law that have forced me to bring these matters out in the light of day. The final and fourth reason for this statement is that I have heard on several occasions from loved ones, persons who care, persons who may not know me beyond my public duties, and many who think that since these proceedings seem to be carefully staged to result in my removal as Chief Justice, it would be best if I just retired or resigned rather than subject myself to an ill-motivated process. I have also received threats and veiled threats to the effect that if I fail to resign or retire voluntarily, I will be made to suffer some harm or the other.
Madam Torkornoo asama all can in say or say adekudientia oye de oye no is simple or say eye emrana omodi di asem no onon de ohunu say emrano sibia ekwan na omonam so no enye emra so na omonam edidi asem no na okasa no say senka emrana omofa so dia asem no senka eye mra kwan so no omofa anka no oni problem but oni ne lawyers etuma gada enough evidence say senior committee no efa so edi djuma no eye djuma bia senior omoye no emfa kwan mu emfa mbrem into ono kura no oni ne lawyers ekode High Court. That is what you think. Sana ono no dwene It is the court that will decide, say, what is happening at the committee, the proceedings going on, whether it is constitutional or unconstitutional. It is not up to you, Torkornoo, to decide. That is why, you knowing the law, you have directed your counsel to go to the High Court. So why are you in public making the announcement to Ghanaians that you have directed your counsel to go to High Court? Because you are saying that per the evidence you yourself and your team you have gathered, you know, a just say committee no any mrano so. So enkobu di mrano so dia anka wono, there's no way I will be contest here the way. And I can say, your uncle Fokra omudo, nipa kura uhu omuda, nipa bi asebio, omu ye enkophobia, omu dwene ho, omu no wadi nkomo, say aden intina ade we unja manenko. And I will catch up to dabi. And yes, say ja uja manako, and a ding, ne mum, unim say or say emrani ye juma, or say emrano yedi ye juma, entina uda unkutem. Na sa oko committee ni meeting. Na so say committee no ade omu ye na emfamra kwemu. Now you in your position as the Chief Justice, you know that the only place that you can make your case to prove the committee wrong or the process wrong is in the court. Why are you on TV sharing your evidence with us? Especially when you have taken an oath not to share anything that happens at the committee hearing. Well, then why do you deliberately flout the law? Why did you deliberately decide to breach or break the law to come on TV to tell us what you plan to do? Because when you plan to go to the Supreme Court, you didn't come on TV to tell us. So what is influencing this? What is influencing this, your decision of coming on TV to come and tell us what you feel, what you want to do, what you have gathered? Because what you have gathered is not automatic, or it does not justify that when you go to court, you are going to win. The evidence you have gathered does not automatically make your case better than whoever you are taking to court. So as we speak today, your case that you have does not guarantee you a win in court. So you coming on TV to tell us, to say, this is what you want to do, no, it does not exonerate you from what you have done. Any Chief Justice who wants the right thing to be done will not speak about this. She will instruct her counsel to go straight to the High Court and put a case in. The same way you did it when you went to the Supreme Court. So what changed today? It is public sympathy. You want to paint the process as a bad process. You want to instill, you want to force us to believe your narrative. The old and then I'll say you drag along your sympathy journey.